Hey, what's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 2018 Fantasy Career Mode here with Alfa Romeo Motorsport Manager. We're back with round number 11 today for the Italian Grand Prix at Milan. We had an absolutely amazing last episode at the Belgian Grand Prix. If you have not seen that one, be sure to check that one out. Perhaps, crazily, the best race of the season so far. We've had three amazing races in a row. Each have kind of topped the last one, but the last episode was truly just epic in terms of the way that ended. So that was like 4 days ago. Had to take a breather, calm down once again, take a lay down after that race. We got to respond to the interview actually following that race. So after his win today, we were wondering if you had any thoughts on Sebastian Vettel, thinking of working with him in the future. We'll go pretty positive because that worked out last time well in terms of Ricciardo, and it seems to have no negative effect really on our team as it were. But so I don't know, he's an interesting driver. Anything can happen in motorsport. I think we'll go with that's kind of like a nice neutral thing. We've got a 92.8% rating with him apparently. So you never know. But yeah, I mean, last race couldn't have gone any better really, apart from maybe Giovinazzi getting in the points as well. At the moment we're still on auto manage. I feel like I want to maybe have a quick look at this and maybe look about hiring some new staff, because we do have a decent amount of cash flow in here. You can see obviously a lot of this is savings towards next season's car. That will be the real big struggle for us next season, when we have to hit the ground running by spending a lot of money on a brand new car. Obviously we've got given this car for this season, for the first season we're doing this fantasy career mode with. So I'm kind of wary of that, but at the same time we do have a decent amount to maybe splurge some on the pit crew. But more importantly, just before the Italian Grand Prix, we have the upgrade to the factory coming through. That's literally in less than an hour. Simulator's still being worked on, 9 weeks to go, but that factory upgrade is going to be really, really awesome. But we're going to move on swiftly here, and there we go. Less than an hour, and it is done. So we've got our brand new factory, level 2, and you can see we've made a huge jump up now. We're level with the design center, so we're about halfway through in terms of the grid order, actually. 6 out of 12 there, so decent stuff. So now we've got a lot of new buildings available due to the factory being made. That opens up a lot of other stuff. So, we've got some buildings to maybe do with there. But in terms of what the benefit was for a new factory, of course, we just got the development staff up there in terms of the slots as well. So we move to the car. If we move forward a little bit until the car repair is done after the following Grand Prix. We've also got a political vote there, I could see. But we've got the new car back in. I even actually forgot we have the suspension being made in 10 days and 19 hours. So that's still to be done. But you can see here we've now got 4 slots, not just 2, so we can do a lot more work now in terms of improving each part basically. So we have double the resources in terms of reliability and the performance, so that's going to be really decent. For now though, I think we'll leave it on the front wing just so we can get that reliability up, because that was a little bit on the iffy side. Towards the end of the last race, Leclerc did have that broken wing, and he actually still managed to do as well as he did. So let's just watch out for that. We do have the political vote, so I think after we've done this political vote, I'll take that reliability work off and we'll see what's what. But let's go to this. So we've got a vote for spec brakes. Brakes can no longer be developed in-house. All teams use standard brakes of performance of level 150. This lowers the annual cost of the car development sustainability. Now, this will not benefit, apparently, me. It will only benefit Toro Rosso, apparently. There's a lot of undecideds. I'm not too fussed about the brakes. Yes, it is just one more thing to worry about potentially, but it's not been a major thing. So I feel like maybe just abstaining, because I don't feel like even my voting power is going to make a difference. We've already got 4 against 1. I think we're going to be swinging quite heavily towards against. So I'm going to abstain, just save that vote. I don't think my vote's going to matter too much. Also, I don't have an extra vote. I only have 1. So if it's a close affair, then I'll be kicking myself that I haven't really abstained there. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to skip ahead. Let's see what goes on. Hopefully I improve right. Toto's also abstained, and there you go, 7-2. Yeah, even if I had voted, it would have made a difference. It would have been 7-3. So there you go. I'm quite glad I abstained, because the overwhelming majority was for the spec brakes. So there you go. So we won't have spec brakes. We'll be continuing on to plow ahead with that development. But now let's move back to this. So we've got 84%. That's better than all the front wings we've got so far. So let's remove that, and let's just have a look at what we can do, really. Well, we continue to develop the front wing. Let's continue to do the engine as well here. We've maximized this engine, unfortunately. Brakes we could still definitely do some work on. Gearbox we've maxed out. Rear wing we have not maxed out. And suspension we've not maxed out. So let's add a lot of these there. And let's just plow ahead with the performance of all these parts and try and maximize them as much as we can. Suspension, obviously, we've got a new one coming. But if I can max out one of these to 530, then we have two kind of nicer, better suspension, I should say. Those are the words I'm looking for. So let's move on then. I don't think there's much else to come up, actually, in terms of the next few weeks. Let me just quickly look at the calendar. So, the suspension will actually be built before the Italian Grand Prix, but we don't have much time. We've got, literally, you can see, 1 week until the Italian Grand Prix. So, that's going to be a little bit sketchy if we can get the reliability up of this new suspension in time for the Italian Grand Prix. We'll see. But we've got an update. Excellent work. We're obviously currently better than our 9th place target. We're 8th, so thank you very much. And Milan, 30-lap race, 40% chance of rain apparently. Obviously going to be a strong one for Mercedes, they're saying. So we've got the new suspension being built though, so let's have a look at this and implement that onto the car. So the new suspension's already coming in better than what we already have, so that's kind of nice to see. In terms of what we're going to remove, I'm going to remove rear wing and add this on. We're also going to add that onto reliability. We're going to push that all the way to 15.5. Let's see what kind of difference that makes in a couple of days' time. Also, we're going to get straight away on building another new part. So at the moment, still struggling on suspension. High-speed corners is something we're lacking now. Front wing, we've improved a little bit, and we've improved in these 3 departments. So let me have a quick look at rear wing. Does it come up quite a few times in the remaining races? I don't think it will do, really, apart from the USA Grand Prix and Brazil, actually. Okay, it comes up twice, so it may be worthwhile for us to do it. So let's go ahead. We haven't done a rear wing so far, so we'll go for high speed plus 10 reliability. Build that part. That'll be 2 million. Thank you very much. Confirm. So that will take 17 days. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's move on here a little bit and see. Travel to Milan is a couple of days away. What's the reliability saying? 46. Let's move that all the way to 20. Now continue on. Fingers crossed that's going to be a decent amount, 66%. One more day is going to make the difference, maybe. So let's move on to the race day. And what's the reliability saying now? It is 66 still. And it's going to remain at 66, I think. Oh, we got a dilemma. Who the hell's that? Oh, our reserve driver. Oh. I mean, I don't really care about a reserve driver, to be honest. So a card will do. I don't really care about the reserve driver. Right, we'll move on one more day. I think that's moved on one more day. So have we progressed any more? 69%. That's not exactly the reliability I'm looking for on that suspension, but I don't know. Is it crucial around Italy? I wouldn't think so. No, it's not. So I think we'll probably just stick with... I think we'll stick with the standard ones we have for now. I just don't want to risk that. I mean, I don't know. We could risk it with Gio, because Gio's been struggling quite a bit with performance. So we could give this to him, and it's a bit of a gamble that even if he does, he hasn't finished in the points the last 3 rounds. It's not going to matter if the suspension kicks out and doesn't make it in the race. Even if he's still out of the points. If he is in the points, then it's a half and half chance he can get to the points with the better suspension. So, you know what? We'll go with that. We'll go with that. So, we've got, obviously, low tyre wear. So, let's go for plenty of soft tyres. We'll go for 6 mediums. We'll go for 4 hards. I don't know. We probably might end up using the hards depending on the real tyre wear, really. Let's move that round. Part fitting wise, all right, let's go ahead and fit on the better suspension for Gio. The better rear wing to Leclerc. Gearboxes are all equal. The front wing, we're giving the better one to Leclerc again, and the engine to Leclerc as well. Front wings are all the same, so slight advantage there for Charles, and that's going to mean that Gio is upset about that, but, you've got this better suspension, so don't be too disheartened about that, man. It's going to be all clear, apparently, even with a 40% chance of rain. Clear, clear, clear. Although with a 40% chance of rain, you never know. The game is probably going to stick some rain in there just for the banter. But, if it does stay dry, then we'll get some good running. And it's going to be an interesting one, because this is going to be all about... the tyre wear is going to be crucial once again, but engine power is going to be key. So our engine definitely is lacking. I mean, if you look at the comparison chart, our engine is the 10th on the grid. So we definitely might struggle here. But I said that about the Belgian Grand Prix, and look what happened there. But of course, there was some rain. So let's just see. Let's dive in, take a stab into the dark, and see how we go. It's a 30-lap race. The hard tyres will go 18 to 20, so it's looking like a one-stop with soft tyres and hard tyres, so going to do plenty of knowledge on that. In terms of the wings, I'm assuming we're going to go lower downforce, but I may be proven wrong. And obviously the top-end speed is going to be important, but yeah, we'll go through the usual iterations and try and dial in the setup, as it were. Alright, usual race trim, send out. Race trim, tyre choice, send out. There's going to be no rain, I don't think, so we'll be all clear to just bring them back in. Easy does it. Obviously, being a short lap, 24-minute practice session, we'll get a decent amount of laps in, actually, compared to, well, literally the last race, Belgium, where it's such a long lap. Right, we've got very poor. So just like I thought, it's the backwards way I thought of it. It's Monza, Italy, Milan, and they're annoyed about the low downforce. Great logic, lads. Great logic there. One thing I did get right was the handling, though, so we'll keep that literally level there on the handling for Gio. Send him back out. Charles, pretty much the same way. We just need to bump the wings up, which sounds just so weird at Monza. And we're going to put the gear ratio shorter, which, again, sounds weird at Monza. Handling-wise, he was good. I reckon around there was where Gio was, so I reckon that might be decent for him. So let's try that. Same stint, really, on the hard tyres. I can afford to bring them back in straight away to once again get a little nudge on the setup, and then we'll just keep them out there and let them pound round to get the race trim and the tyre knowledge up. Alright, so at the moment we've got Leclerc on 2 great and excellent. We've got Gio on 2 excellent and a great. So a little bit better of a setup there for the Italian there. But 94% still pretty damn high. There's not too much tweaking to do on the downforce. Maybe bring it like a tad down, but I don't really know what effect that's going to necessarily have. I'll do a little tweak there, let's see. But we're going to send him out now on a long stint. 8 laps. Gone. Hard tyres. Send out. Now we fast forward, and now I relax and just watch this little... what do you call it? Bar go up. I lost the word for bar. So at the moment, both of them are saying they're loving the handling. The aero feels great. So I'm getting nothing but positive feedback there from the 2 drivers. They pound round there. We're going to get to level 2 on the race trim and a level 2 on the hard tyres. Good stuff because, 10 laps on the softs, but then it's going to be majority of the race on hard tyres. So I'm feeling positive about this, that we're getting so much good knowledge on the hards. The only thing is you can clearly see everyone is doing the same. So I still think we are going to be definitely bottlenecked by the engine of the car and just the general performance of everything. But you never know, you never know. In the past, I like to think we've gone well at Milan, but it kind of depends. But back in the Archer career mode, we kind of went 50-50. Like, I think in the early stage of that career, I was going a lot better in the Archer career mode because I was just very aggressive and the AI weren't very aggressive. But then as the seasons went by, they got a lot better at the way they're like using their engine or everything like that. So it became a little bit trickier. But we got level 3 on the race trim. Perfect timing, actually, with Leclerc. Okay, so we may as well send out him. And what's his setup like, actually, because I haven't seen it since the tweaked one. 96. Okay, we did find some decent performance then with that. 94 to 96. Okay. Right, soft tyres. Qualifying trim, 3 laps. May as well bring Gio in early because he's actually due to do a few more laps. But obviously there's no point now because you've got the maximum level there on those tyres and the race trim. So may as well swap to the quali, send out on soft tyres. And okay, with 4 minutes to go, we might actually just about get maybe level 1 on the soft tyres and the qualifying trim. And might actually have some perks to use in qualifying for a change. I don't think that's happened since like episode number 3 of this series. We'd ended the qualifying session. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we'll get level 1 because they're continuing to push their knowledge, but they're going to come in now, and there you go. We haven't even got level 1 yet again, so that's unfortunate. Maybe I jinxed it, but we did come P11 there with the pace we showed on the soft tyres, so that's pretty promising. Right behind Fernando Alonso in the McLaren Honda, though, so I don't know what that means really for our engine. I don't know if our engine's worse or better than the Honda. So far, I haven't really paid too much attention to that, but here we go then, on to Saturday, but without any perks. So we've got the hard tyres and intermediates. What wonderful, really relevant perks we've got there for qualifying. Onwards and upwards, though. No rain there. Setup's all fine. Start qualifying, and we're good to go. We're going to send them out straight away because, well, let's not waste any time. Obviously, now it's not raining, so I can afford to maybe space them out a little bit and do manual outlaps for both of them. So let's do that. So we'll do Gio first and then send Leclerc out very quickly afterwards. Going to feather down here. Bring those brake temps down as low as we can. Bring these up now. Come on, perfect and good. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's send out Leclerc right now. I don't think there's too much traffic coming out with him. No, there is not. So let's move on. I think we've got a decent pocket of air there for Charles. And Gio on his way with plenty of clean air. Number 15 there. So definitely a lot of clean air for him. And so let's once again try and see if we can get perfect now for Charles if you can. Bring this down. Oh, I got cold and cold. That's annoying. I went a bit too low there on the outlap to try and bring the brake temps down. I don't know. In the past, sometimes they do perform with a little bit of cold brakes and tyres sometimes because it kind of warms up as they do the lap. But let's see. Gio at the moment behind Verline, behind the Sauber. So that's not great. Through the last chicane, across the line, and Leclerc still goes faster than Gio. So make of that what you will. Although it is a little bit closer than it was last time, and I think the suspension definitely is helping. But now as people come in for their laps, we may as well send Gio out on a second lap now. Rein this in, low, low, come on. Perfect, perfect. How'd you like that? Lovely stuff. So Gio in perfect conditions there for his lap. So he's got no excuse. As this car comes by, we're going to have a nice bit of clean air. So let's send Charles out there. We've got this lovely stretch that we're going to get into perfectly. So hopefully we can get a good run now once again with Leclerc. But let's see. Gio's gone green twice, so that's good. That's good to see. So hopefully he will improve as we now start to focus on Leclerc's outlap here. Gio goes up into 18, so he's overtaken. He's overtaken Charles, so that's good. As we kind of, again, I don't know what it is today with Leclerc. I just can't get it right. I got it perfect with Gio. I just haven't got it right with Leclerc. Okay, sorry, old chap. You're going to maybe have to pull something out of the bag. You have gone green in the first sector, though, so that's good. And there's only literally 700s in it, so I think you should be improving ahead of your teammate here. So as we come across the line, and it's going to be P19 and P20. So pretty close on the grid together. As you would expect, probably a little bit bottlenecked by the engine, as I said. But at least we're ahead of the Saubers and the Manners. And we're not too far off, actually. You know, 1.6 to 1.7 there from the second drivers of McLaren and Haas, Van Dorn and Magnussen. But qualifying's ended, and that's where we're going to end up. 19th and 20th. We can obviously move ahead in the race, and we'll see what goes on there. Obviously, the target, Gasly and Hartley, the two Toro Rossos, obviously, I said last episode, tentatively, you never know. With some more good luck, we could actually try and catch the other Italian team in this. Obviously, we're not going to catch Ferrari, but the second Italian team we could catch is Gasly and Hartley. But they've definitely got the faster car on paper. So, you know, we're already doing better than our objective. So I'm fine there. We're all happy there. We can, you know, happily sit where we are like this. But obviously, you want to push forward. And if we could get Toro Rosso, that'd be amazing. But they definitely have a car that's about 4/10 faster on paper. So it's going to be a bit challenging. But here we go then to the race. So before we get going, we're on intermediates for some reason, because there is going to be some surprise rain. How'd you like that? Okay, the game's throwing a real spanner in the works. Okay, we've got inters. Let's go hard tires race trim. Light-footed, you know, may be useful, but I think the hard tires knowledge will be needed, because it looks like that rain has the potential to go away around, I would guess, maybe lap 10, and then we go to the end on hards, maybe, potentially. So okay, interesting. This is going to change things round in terms of, well, I don't know how this race might go, because we might actually go better on the inters here. Let's see the grid position. We've got a few people, the two Mercs on 1-2 on softs. We've only got a couple on inters. It's a decent spread. It looks like most of the tail enders are all on the inters. So we've only got a few of the top guys trying and risking it and feel like they have enough pace in the opening lap to maybe push away on softer tyres, on slick tyres, I should say. So, okay, interesting stuff, but I think we're going on inters. It's the better way. Majority are going to do that. Let's see. We could actually gain some decent positions here. So here we go. Then to 5 red lights to the Italian Grand Prix here in home turf. Come on, let's do this for Alfa Romeo. It's a poor start there from Leclerc. It's a good one from Gio, but they both get held up ultimately there at the very beginning. But let's push on then and move forward and see what we can do. At the moment, still staying put in 18th and 19th now, where we gained all one position together as Leclerc tries to battle Gio. As the rain comes down now, this is where the dry tire runner is going to start feeling the pain as the spray comes out. A few of them, no, they don't come in. Okay, they're going to continue on for one more lap here. Let's see, yellow flags we've got. No overtaking sector 1, but down the inside, Gio will go. He's overtaken Van Dorn there, I can see. Yes, he is. He's up into 16th place. Leclerc's also up the order into 17th, so we've dispatched one of the McLarens. Can we dispatch the other Haas of Romain Grosjean to go through the chicane down the straight? It's going to be an overtake to the inside there. It's a lovely overtake. Look at Leclerc go. He's up into 12th, up into 11th. It's a fantastic, fantastic one. Let's go to high now. Let's calm this down in terms of the tyre temps as well. Let's really slow this down to neutral. The tyre temps are getting away from us a little bit there, so let's calm things down. The dampness on track is, what did I say, going to go away by lap 10, but the top runners are still going on the slick tyres, so they're risking it for a chocolate biscuit out there. And to be fair to them, for some reason, Raikkonen, the main man on the Inters, the highest man, can't catch them on slicks, which is very, very odd. Actually, now he is catching them, I should say, so I kind of jinxed that. But Leclerc up into 10th place already. Really getting a move on here. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Let's put them to pushing, because if they're going to come in within 5 laps, we may as well push them. Doesn't really matter if the tyres start to overheat somewhat, because we've got the pace. The one thing I should do is put them on medium fuel, kind of counteract the fact we're pushing on the tyres. And we're up into 9th place now with Leclerc. Gio is in 12th place, so although he's struggling a little bit, 12th is still very, very decent, near the points at least. Leclerc now in a battle with, where is he? We're with Ricciardo, actually, nonetheless. And he's on soft tyres. Down the inside there, down Ricciardo. They go 3 wide. Oh, and Leclerc's pushed down to 10th. That's really unfortunate. Pushed down to 10th place there. And now down to 11th. Maybe okay, I think the overheating's maybe hitting him. And also, we've not been on auto this entire time. Right, I think it might be time to come in soon enough. Let's see. Yellow flags and overtaking Sector 3. I think down the straight, we'll cut. You know what? Should we risk it with Gio and come in now? I think we'll do it on the next lap. But let's push on there with the RS. Push on with the RS. Go back to auto. Well, we're already on auto there. Gio up into 11th now. We've gained some time there. Right, I say pit in now with Gio. I reckon we risk it here with Gio and come in now for the hard tyres. Park conditions fine. Recharge the battery to 50%. Balance stuff there. And so as we come through on... Okay, we've got worn tyres for Gio. For Leclerc, I should say. And worn tyres for Gio now. Let's continue on pushing. Overtake mode for Leclerc. And he'll go in for one more lap. With Gio, though, as we go through the final chicane here, we'll go on ERS mode. Don't come in right now. Are all these guys coming in? No, they're not. I don't think. No, they're not. So we can risk it, and we can stay out for one more lap with Leclerc. But we're coming in with Gio, so that's gonna be a pit stop for him. It's a good pit stop, please. No mistakes. Mistake on the right rear. That was annoying, but we'll go on auto here. We'll push on and tally ho. And now we'll pit in now. Hard tyres, park conditions fine. Recharge the battery. Balanced. Go, where are we now? Through the chicanes. That's for... Oh, Jesus. 3% tyre wear. My God, man. Okay, you really need the pit stop now. Your tyres have fallen off the bloody cliff. What happened, man? Alright, come in now. Okay, we're going to be behind Gio now for sure. I don't know how that happened. The tyres just went completely off the cliff. It's a good pit stop, though. But we're down in 14th now. And actually, Gio's still in 17th. So, despite the tyres being 3%, we've still come out ahead of Gio. How do you like that? Right, we need to save the fuel. We're on neutral now because fuel's very crucial, so we need to be wary of that. So I can't really afford to burn much more fuel. But now we just get going, really, on the highs till the end of the race. Unfortunately, we do get overtaken by Van Dorn there. We're getting the tyre temps up, and now it's another balancing act of going neutral and pushing, really, and trying to see these tyres to the end of the race with 18 laps to go. What do you know? Hamilton, Bottas has bottled it. Bottas actually crashed. I didn't see that. But Hamilton's still out there in the lead from pole on the slick tyre only method. And now you can see, unfortunately, we get overtaken by Grosjean now. And now that we're in dry conditions, unfortunately, it looks like this is where the car's true pace comes through, I think. We're gaining 1.2 on the previous lap here, so looking good in terms of turning up the wick and the pace here. Let's see, we're keeping in range with Grosjean. Verline has he's ahead of us, actually. Wait, hang on, I can't even say. Oh, there he is. So we're just ahead of Magnussen, and we're trailing behind Verline, who is here on the medium tyres, though. So surely he's got a pit soon. Well, soonish in terms of, around lap 22, I would say, probably. So I think we should be good to overtake him naturally in the course of things. And the only people we have to worry about, okay, Grosjean's going to pit. Van Dorn's going to pit, obviously. Ocon, Stroll, I would like to think they're all going to pit. The only people is Alonso and Gasly, but Alonso's really worn out his tyres there. So we could even say Alonso's going to pit. So really, once again, the only man we're really fighting in terms of I think we'll have a chance to fight is Gasly. And I hope to think that we don't have to worry about everyone else because they'll pit and go behind us. All right, Leclerc is bemoaning about not getting up there, not being able to get past the Haas. I've now just used all the ARS and we have got past him there. So don't let me down here. Don't let him back through, Charles. Don't let him back through. Meanwhile, let's slow that down. Let's see where Gio is. He's pretty close now to Van Dorn, so I suggest to Magnussen, I should say. So I should suggest we use the ERS off this chicane. He actually got overtaken by Magnussen, to be fair to him, so we kind of need to get him back here. So we're right behind the chicane. Use another hit of ERS. Here we go, using the ERS to good effect, and we're up into 16th place. Can we please push on now and try and chase after Verline, please? Gio, no, you haven't, because as I looked away to do that and do the monitoring on Leclerc, you've been overtaken by Magnussen. Brilliant stuff there, Gio. You are. You're letting the team down a tad. I'm not gonna lie. Right, 10 laps to go. 44% on the tyre wear. I think we're good. I think we're good to go to the end here. Maybe not with Gio. I think we need to be wary of that and go neutral just to make sure he gets to the end. But he does have a decent amount of fuel actually, so we can use that to counteract the lack of pushing on the tyres. With Leclerc though, I'm very confident he can get to the end here. He is fighting, though, with Grosjean, and he's just being overtaken now. He stayed ahead. Good defensive move there from Leclerc. Down the inside there, went defensive on the inside line. Let's use some ERS to push away from Grosjean if we can. And Van Dorn surely has to pit soon, so the man we're really chasing is Gasly, but he's way up the road there. Pierre Gasly is, so I don't think we'll be overtaking Toro Rosso in the championship, and I think we're just about only going to maybe scrounge points, if that. I said it was in the beginning. I said at the beginning of the episode, though, I thought it was going to be difficult to get points in this race because it is just a load of straights and corners, and there's no rain really. That really made a huge difference to the strategy. So we're up into 10th, but I think that may be as high as we go, maybe because Verstappen's the only man ahead of us now on not on hard tyres, but he just came out on those tyres. So yeah, Gio's struggling now, and Alonso's right up his chuff. He's on 21% worn with 7 laps to go. I don't know. Might bring him in on soft tyres and just push him because he's not going to get points, so he may as well try this. So let's recharge and let's screw it, fast pit strategy. Let's risk it for a chocolate biscuit here, all in or nothing. Right, recharge a lot, and yeah, let's just see how far he can get up the order. It's a good pit stop there on the fast pit stop. Out of the pit lane, let's use some ERS please and go on auto and just go for it, Gio. Just go for it. Meanwhile, with Leclerc with 6 laps to go. His tyres are going off somewhat. We have to be wary. We have to be wary of this. So I'm going conservative now. Use the fuel to counteract that. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. And, oh, my God. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, I didn't even see it. I saw Perez on wet tyres. I thought, what on earth is he doing? Whoa. We've got some weather right at the death. Okay. Now I'm kind of annoyed that I made Gio go out. Sorry, old chap. Right. Right, I guess conserve for one more lap and then full wet tyres, really? Okay. That's changed everything. That's literally changed everything. Right. Use the RS. One more lap and then it's, time for full wets. Pit in, full wet tyres. Recharge the battery. Pit strategy fast. Let's risk it and use all the RS in. And there we go. So Leclerc's got to be in, and Gio is enough down the order that he can pit in on the same lap now. I'm really sorry about that, Gio. We kind of screwed you over even more than you were already. But let's face it, he wasn't going to get points anyway, so we had to kind of try something. But I literally did not know about the weather there, so that's a mistake I've made in the first mistake I kind of made in the last 3 episodes there. So pit stop for both of them. Go back on auto. Oh, Verline's crashed. Oh, Verline's crashed. It's a nasty crash there for Pascal Verline. Straight into the barrier. And that was the man we're fighting. And actually, out of everything there, Gio has actually ended up just ahead in 17th place. So they're actually on the same bit of tarmac there in terms of the positions. But yeah, Leclerc is going to be up one more position with Verline crashing. We've got a decent amount of fuel. We want to use the ERS down this straight push on. Right, where are we? 12th place. Could we overtake 2 people? Stroll and Ocon, try and get points. 3 laps remaining. It's going to be close. At the death of it, I think we've just lost points. It's an absolute monsoon, though, here at Monza. Crazy. Right, we're on the final lap of the Grand Prix. We're still 12th, unfortunately. Gio has dropped down to 18th place, despite having a bit more fuel to burn than Leclerc did, and now we have to go medium with him. We're both on all-out attack because we've only got the 1 lap left, so... yeah, unfortunate way to end it, actually. Unfortunately, it's a very that was a very topsy-turvy race, a very confusing race, really. And the death of it, the wet tyres were needed. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We've got to go medium now because we're a little bit crucial on the fuel there. We've got ERS. Where on earth is Gio? Could he get up one more position? I don't think he can. Yeah, that's really unfortunate there. We kind of ended up nowhere near anyone. I don't know. I feel like we could have maybe got points with Leclerc. Maybe if we went earlier on a set of soft tyres potentially, like Alonso did basically, and then try and push on. But saying that, Alonso's behind us, so all in all, can't complain. And actually, the only really annoying thing is Gasly's up in 7th. He's done a fantastic race, and he's got more points for Toro Rosso. So, yeah, bemoaning that chance to maybe get some more points on Toro Rosso. But, hey, we didn't lose any points to McLaren or Haas. So all in all, can't be too annoyed by that. But Toro Rosso do extend the lead. But as I said, we're always going to have our work cut out for catching Toro Rosso because they are clearly 4/10 ahead of us on paper on natural pace in qualifying anyway. Right, so nothing really changes for the championship for the constructors. Drivers, Leclerc moves back behind Gasly. We are now, oof, that's a hefty hit. Gasly did wonders there, to be fair to him. That is 9 points now behind, so... GG's to Gasly though, fair play, fair play. He did well there with Toro Rosso at their home Grand Prix as well. So that's kind of a little bit more embarrassing actually in terms of the home Grand Prix. We got whooped there by Gasly, but these things happen. I think, we've had 3 episodes of being on such a high. I think this was the reality check in terms of what we needed maybe. But now we can push on and see. I think that was probably going to be our worst Grand Prix really in terms of obviously all on pure engine power. We still get money in the bank, so can't be too disheartened by that. And so the next race is the Singapore Grand Prix. We might actually go well there. We have gone well in the past in Singapore in the Archer career mode. And the car, I feel like, might suit Singapore somewhat. But let's quickly now look at the pit crew before we go here. Let's see, because I said about maybe scouting some people. So let's take this off auto management. And we're going to confirm that. We're back on manual. Right, we've got some people to swap out with. We've got some tired people. Right, what are we lacking here? We've got an 8 there. We've got a 30. We've got a 17 here. Should we hire him? I think we shall. 200,000 for a bonus sign-on fee. Yeah, go on. Sign him on. So, let's swap him out with 17. Let's remove fatigued crew. Right, let's hire this guy. 200,000 sign-on fee, 16,000. Hire him on. Let's put him on. He's 13 here, so let's swap him with that guy right there. So that's a good swap there. Rear jack and front jack were a little bit slow, but it's not been a absolutely insane kind of thing where we've made huge mistakes really so far. I feel like we need to fire some people because... well, these guys are just, like, this guy's just crap. I feel like we should just fire him because we don't need to do, ERS and fixing haven't really come into play that much, have they? I don't think so. We've done a few, I think we fired 2 people there and swapped some people around. Not that great on the jacks, but, the mistakes we've been making haven't been on the jacks, they've been on the tyres, so I'm not too fussed about that. Let's quickly do this interview then, except interview. Leclerc was furious after the race, claiming that you let his tyres run down totally. He was begging to make a final pit stop. If you're talking about the first stint, then yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I apologise, and the chairman's a little bit upset with me, but that's my fault, so that's fine. That's fine. And there we go. So I think that's all the things really to manage there. We've got still that's working away, that's working away. So that's pretty much where we're going to end it, guys. So if you have enjoyed it, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.